There are two main ways to invest in real estate in Nigeria. It is either you buy a house or you buy a land. So when you're buying a land, you can buy a land, then you build your house on the land. Hi everyone, my name is Ireti for Highwood Homes, and as you all know, I bring to you the best real estate deals and tips, both on the mainland and also on the island. Today we are going to be talking on tips to invest in real estate right here in Nigeria. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your loved one. Stay tuned. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be sharing tips on how to invest in real estate right here in Nigeria for Nigerians abroad, Nigerians in Nigeria, and also foreigners that want to invest in Nigeria. So there are some things you look out for when investing in real estate, and there are important things you have to look out for. So one of the tips I'm going to be talking about today is location. And I keep telling my clients something, that location is everything. Location is everything when you're buying a property. You have to know where you are investing in, the environment you are investing in. What do you have in that environment? What are the factors you want to look at? Like the distance from where you are investing to your place of work. What are the infrastructure they have in that environment? You have to look at proximity to the hospital, proximity to great schools. Look at the environment. Are they lovely schools that my children can attend? You have to look at the proximity to your spouse place of work, and that is why I always ask our clients those questions first. Where do you work? Where does your spouse work? All those questions are very important. You need to ask yourself, do you want a property on the mainland or do you want a property on the island? All those things are things you need to look into very well. Lagos State investment is divided into two. We have the island and we also have the mainland. The mainland is more of a rural area and then the urban area, while the island is strictly or mostly urban areas. So all those things are things you have to consider before or while thinking of buying a property in Nigeria. You also need to look at the season. Can you cope with that particular location that you're looking at when it is raining? Is it a waterlogged area? Is it a dry area? Is it a particular area when it rains everywhere is going to be flooded and then you are going to have issues to go out? Or you have to just consider all of those things when buying a property. You need to pay attention to these details carefully. You should also consider price when thinking about location. For example, you might be thinking of buying a property in Magodo, and your budget can only buy you a property maybe in Arepo or probably in Isherinot, Opik. So those are things you also have to consider. So if you know that yes, the property you are looking for cannot is not within your budget, probably your budget is lesser than what they have in your preferred location, you can go to the nearby location, to the nearest location. So you also need to know that there are different types of houses that you can buy into. You have the a bungalow, you have the semi-detached duplex, you have the fully detached duplex, you have apartments. All of these are different. You need to know the type of house you also want, because you also have terraces. Some people do not like terrace, some people love privacy. You need to know all of these before you contact your real estate agent, because if you are going to be dealing with us, we are going to ask you all of these questions when you consult. When you are done knowing the type of house you want and the location, don't forget location is key. Location is like everything when it comes to real estate. You also need to ask, okay, what are the return on investment I'll be getting on this property? Should, in case I decide to sell this property, don't forget, like I said earlier on, location is key when it comes to return on investment in properties you are buying. You have to know that yes, if you are buying a property, for example, in Ikeja, the return on investment you'll be getting is different from the return on investment you'll be getting when you are buying a property from Ikorodu. So you have Ikorodu, you have Ikeja. The two, when even the prices at which you'll be getting it when you are buying will be different also from the price you'll be selling out. Another thing again is, you know that you can get a property, for example, in Songo at almost the same price you'll be getting in Sherry North, for example. You need to deal with good real estate agents that can walk you through when buying a property. You need professional real estate consultants or agents that can tell you the truth about your investments. That will tell you that, okay, if you see a property, probably a semi-detached duplex, this semi-detached duplex, the price you'll be getting, probably you want to do investment. Maybe you are buying a property to invest. You already have a house you are living in. You don't want to buy a property and then put it out for investment purposes. At times, you buying flats, blocks of flats, will give you more return on investment than you just going to buy one duplex. And all these things also depends on the location. So you need to talk to a professional real estate agent. That is paramount, not the real estate agent that are just after the commission. And that is why at times when we talk to some of our clients and we are asking them questions, you start getting irritated. Please, can you just get us a house? It is not just about we getting you the house. It's about we getting you a home, a place that when we get you a particular place, you will keep referring people to us. We believe so much in referrals. So it is not about you wanting to buy a house immediately. It is about you getting the right property. So all these things are things you need to look at. Location, you getting a very good agent, buying a property with good return on investment. Like I told a client recently, you can buy a property, for example, you can buy a property, maybe a 4-bedroom terrace duplex for maybe 51 million naira in even Ojodu Beggar. And you can as well see that same property for 51 million naira in maybe Egbeda. What location will you prefer to go for? Probably you work in Ikeja. These two locations are not so far from Ikeja. So which one will you prefer to go for? So at times when clients come to us like that, we sit them down, we ask them several questions. Some people even get tired of these questions, but then we just need to walk you through. You also need to look at documentation. You need to look at the title of the property you are buying. If you are buying a property with C of O, trust me, it will be more expensive than you buying a property that just has excision or that just has maybe family receipt or survey. And you buying a property with a very good title is key. It is very, very important. Also, I love to tell my clients something, which is you getting a lawyer involved. You need a legal advisor. You don't just buy a property. You don't just say, okay, Ireti, I love this property. Something happened recently. I took a client to a particular land. He saw the property, he loved it, and I think he doesn't want to get. Maybe he doesn't know have his own lawyers, or probably he just needed someone different, someone neutral. And he said, please, man, I would like for you to be the one to help us do everything. To know if the property is a good one, to do the due diligence and everything. And I told him, I said, okay, that won't be a problem. We can actually do the due diligence for you, but you need to just give us time for the lawyer to do their search and everything. 3 days, the result was out. I was the one that took him to the property, and when the lawyer I introduced him to a due diligence lawyer, and the lawyer said that particular place has KIV, keep in view, by the government. I told him outrightly, I won't advise you to buy this property because it is not a good one. It might be a good one, but at that particular time, maybe a good one later. The government might actually release that property later. But for that particular moment, it is not one that I want my own clients to invest in. So as much as we want to get commission, we want to get paid for our professionalism. We also do not want any issues with our clients. We don't want a situation whereby in future our clients will now start having a headache, they will start disturbing the particular client about that property. So it is very important you get a very good and professional legal advisor when buying the property, because the person that sold that particular land to the person that wanted to sell it, like to the seller, also got a lawyer involved. But I don't know the kind of search the lawyer did for that person, for the seller, for him to have bought the land and now the seller wants to sell. So these are things you look at when buying the property. Make sure you get a legal advisor when buying this property. It is key. Professional lawyer. Get your lawyer involved when buying any property. It is very important. Some of you do not want to pay all of these charges. You don't want to pay all of these professional fees. And then you now go and start looking for the owner of the property, or you just buy your property without getting a lawyer involved, without getting a professional agent involved. And at the end of the day, you start getting so many issues upon issues and so many problems. You can avoid all of this. Just go through the normal means, do the right things when buying your property. Know your budget, know the type of house you want. Do you want a semi-detached duplex? Do you want a fully detached duplex? Do you want an apartment? Speak to your real estate consultant. If you need to, probably you are buying a property to invest, for investment, speak to them to advise you. What location can I invest in? I have certain amount of money. What location do you think I can invest in that will give me, that will yield good return on investment? What location is actually good for short let? What location is good? What location can I buy a property and I will get my money back in probably 10 years? All these things are key. They are key factors you need to consider when buying a property. I hope you find this tip educating. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video with your loved ones. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.